Hello, this is Pankaj Edu-Tech YouTube channel. Please like, share and subscribe. Open description box and find the URL of the website and visit the website and subscribe the website by your email to update about new educational video and updated information about computer science and information technology through blogs. We provide kids learning video for all the subject and as per request of the audience and subscribers. We teach basics of computers programming language such as Python, NumPy, Pend, information technology, web designing, blog publishing, and educational course and content designing. We also help for developing website for the customers, creating YouTube channel and training for video creation, editing and publishing and advertising. Please fill the registration for available on our website and place your requirement. Thank you very much for watching the video.
The students in today's Python programming class online. Today's topic is lists. After studying this lesson, students will be able to, so you are going to learn, understand the concept of mutable sequence types in Python, appreciate the use of list to conventionally store a large amount of data in memory, create, access and manipulate list objects, use various functions and methods to work with list, create, access and manipulate list objects, use various functions and methods to work with list, appreciate the use of index for accessing an element from a sequence. Introduction. Like a string, list also is sequence data type. It is an ordered set of values enclosed in square brackets. Values in the list can be modified, that is, it is mutable. As it is set of values, we can use index in square brackets to identify a value belonging to it. The values that make up a list are called its elements, and they can be of any type. We can also say that list data type is container that holds a number of elements in a given order. For accessing an element of the list, indexing is used. Its syntax is variable name index. Variable name is name of the list. It will provide the value at index plus 1 in the list. Index here has to be an integer value which can be positive or negative. Positive value of index means counting forwarded from beginning of the list, and negative value means counting backward from end of the list. Remember, the result of indexing a list is the value of type accessed from the list. Index value element of the list 0 minus size first 1 minus size plus 1 second 2 minus size plus 2 third size minus 2 second last size minus 1 last. Please note that in the above example, size is the total number of elements in the list. Let's look at some example of simple list. L1 1 2 3 4 has list of 4 integer elements. L2 Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, list of 3 string elements. L3 is equal to square bracket empty list, that is list with no element. L4 ABC 10 20 list with different types of elements. L5 1 2 6 7 8 3 a list containing another list known as nested list. You will study about nested list in later parts of the chapter. To change the value of element of list, we access the element and assign the new value. Example: print L1. Let's get the value of list before change. L1 2, a value 5 is assigned. Print L1. 1 2 5 4 is printed. Here third element of the list accessed using index value 2 is given a new value, so instead of 3 it will be 5. State diagram for the list look like: zero to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. L2 0 to Delhi, 1 to Chennai, 2 to Mumbai. L3 blank. Note: list index works the same way as string index, which is an integer value expression can be used as index. An index error appears if you try and access element that does not exist in the list. An index can have a negative value. In that case, counting happens from the end of the list. Creating a list can be created in many ways: by enclosing elements in, as we have done in above examples, using other list Example L5 L1 colon. Here L5 is created as a copy of L1. Print L5 L6 equal to L1 0 colon 2. Print L6 will create L6 having first two elements of L1. List comprehension. Example n is equal to 5. One is equal to range n. Print 1 0 1 2 3 4. Example s equal to x square for x in range 10. Print s 0 1 4 9 16 25 36 49 64 81. A list is created of x square for x in range 10. It means 1 to 9. In mathematical terms, s can be defined as s equal to x square for x in 0 to 9. So we can say that list comprehension is shorthand for creating list. Example a is equal to 3 4 5. B is equal to value asterisk 3 for value in I. Here B will be created with the help of A, and each element will be thrice of element of A. Print B 9 12 15. Comprehension are functionally equivalent to writing as B11 for I in A, B dot append I asterisk 3. Similarly, other comprehension can be expanded. Example print B 9 12 15. Let's create a list of even numbers belonging to S list. C is equal to I for I in S if I modulus 2 is equal to 0. Print C 0 4 16 36 64. Using built-in object L equal to list function will create an empty list. Example L is equal to list function. Print L square bracket empty list or L equal to list sequence. Example L is equal to list 1 2 3 4. Print L 1 2 3 4. A single new list is created every time you execute. We have created many different lists each using, but if a list is assigned to another variable, a new list is not created. A is equal to B square bracket creates one list mapped to both A and B. Example, A is equal to B is equal to 10, 20, 30. Print AB 10, 20, 30 and B 10, 20, 30 printed because both lists are same. Next, a list is declared B is equal to A. It means both will have same content. We'll also create one list mapped to both. Example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, B is equal to A, print AB, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, accessing an element of list. For accessing an element, we use index and we have already seen example doing so. To access an element of a list containing another list, we use pair of index. Let's access element of L5 list. Also, a sublist of list can be accessed using list slice. List slices. Slice operator works on list also. We know that a slice of a list is its sublist. For creating a list slice, we use n colon m operator. Print L5 0 1, print L5 2 6 7 8. As the third element of this list is a list, to access a value from the sublist, we will use print L5 20 6. 6 is the output. Print L522, 8 is the output. This will return the part of the list from nth element to mth element, including the list first element but excluding the last element, so the resultant list will have mn elements in it. So list L1 1 2 will give 2h output. Slices are treated as boundaries and the result will contain all the elements between boundaries. Its syntax is seq equal to L start stop step, where start stop and step all three are optional. If you omit first index, slice starts from 0 and omitting of stop will take it to end. Default value of step 1. Example, for list L2 containing Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai. L202 Delhi, Chennai. List. Ten, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 list. To produce a list with every alternate element. 10, 30, 50 list 4 will produce a list containing all the elements from 5th position till end. 50, 60 example list 3, 10, 20, 30 list 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 example list -1. -1 refers to last elements of list 60 will produce a list with every other element. Since lists are mutable, it is often recommended to make a copy of it before performing operations that change a list. Traversing a list, let us visit each element, traverse the list of the list to display them on a screen. This can be done in many ways. I is equal to 0. While I less than 4, print L1 I plus is equal to 1. Will produce following output 1, 2, 5, 4. For I in L1, print I will also produce the same output. I is equal to 0 while I less than len L1, print L1 I plus is equal to 1 or I is equal to 0. L equal to len L1 while I less than L, print L1 I plus equal to 1 will also produce the same output. Here len function is used to get the length of list L1 as length of L1 is 4. I will take value from 0 to 3. For I in range len L1, it will calculate the length of L1 list. Print L1 I. Using second way for traversal will only allow us to print the list, but other ways can also be used to write or update the element of the list. In fourth way, range function is used to generate indices from 0 to len minus 1. With each iteration, I gets the index of next element and values of list are printed. Note, for loop in empty list is never executed. Example, for I in print I accessing list with negative index I is equal to 1 while I less than len length of list L1, print L1 minus I plus equal to 1. It is incrementing I by step 1. In this case, Python will add the length of the list to index and then return the index value and accesses the desired element. In this loop execution, for a positive value of I, L1 minus 1 will return into L1 len L1 minus I. For I is equal to 1, L1 4 minus 1 will be printed. So resultant of the loop will be 4 5 2. Appending in the list. Appending means joining new items in the list. It is called appending. Appending a list is adding more elements at the end of the list. To add new elements at the end of the list, Python provides a method append. Which method you need to call? Append function. Its syntax is list.append item. L1 dot append 70. This will add 70 to the list at the end. So now 70 will be the fifth element of the list, as it already have 4 elements. Print L1 will produce following on screen: 1 2 5 4 70. Example, L4 dot append 30. What will happen? It will add 30 at the end of the list. Print L4 ABC 10 20 30. Using append function, only one element at a time can be added. For adding more than one element, extend method can be used. This can also be used to add elements of another list to the existing one. Example, age equal to 100 90 80 50. L1 dot extend A. Print L1 will add all the elements of list A at the end of the list L1. 1 2 5 4 70 100 90 80 and 50. Print A. 100 90 80 50 is printed. This is list A. 100 90 80 and 50. Next example, B is a list. It includes 2009, 2011, ABC. List C include XYZ, PQR, MN. B dot extend C. Now print B. So list is extended. See the output: 2009, 2011, ABC, XYZ, PQR, MN. Remember, A remains unchanged. I hope the topic discussed today you have understood. If you have any doubt, you can place your comment on comment section. In my next video, I will teach updating array elements. So you need to like the video, share the video with your friends so that they can also learn Python programming of class 11 and class 12 as per CBSE syllabus. Open the description box and find out the website URL. Visit the website, subscribe it with your email ID, and you will get whenever new blogs are posted related to computer science and informatics practice or information technology. Visit the website, there are a lot of information related to technology and get the benefit of it. Thank you very much for watching the video. Everybody, today you are going to learn list as arguments. When a list is passed to the function gets a reference to the list. So, if the function makes any changes in the list, they will be reflected back in the list. Example, definition: one function is defined and then the name of the function is add_const. See here, as an argument a list is passed and the name of the list is L. For I in range len L, Li plus equal to 10, Li plus equal to 10. List elements are incremented by 10. X is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add const x. This function is called and then print x. A list is printed. Then what happens? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is the output. It means list is incremented by 10. Here parameter L and argument x are alias for same object. Its state diagram will look like calling module add_const xl. X is referring 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Add_const is referring same and elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any changes made in L will be reflected to X as list as mutable. Here some important points are there, you should note down or keep in your mind. Here it becomes important to distinguish between the operations which modifies a list and operation which creates a list. Operations which create a new list will not affect the original argument list. Let's look at some examples. So see, when we have different lists and when an alias is created, A is equal to 246, B is equal to A list is assigned to B, A, B. Both are referring to elements 2, 4, 6. Will map B to A, B to check whether two variables refer to same object that is having same value. We can use is operator. So in our example, A is B. Will return true. A is equal to 246, B is equal to 246, A is B. False. A 246, B 246. In first example, Python created one list referenced by A and B, so there are two references to the same object B. We can say that object 246 is aliased as it has more than one name, and since lists are mutable, so changes made using a will affect B. A1 is equal to 10, print B will print 2, 10, 6 because A1 is assigned a new value 10. Matrix implementation using list. We can implement matrix operation using list. Matrix operation can be implemented using nested list. List inside another list is called nested list. Its syntax is A is equal to random dot random function for row in range number of row for call in range number of column. Here a random function is used, so we need to import random file. Example, write a program to input any matrix with mxn and print the number on the output screen in matrix format. Matrix creation. How will you create a matrix? One program is given to you to create a matrix. M is equal to input, enter total number of rows. N is equal to input, enter total number of. L equal to range, M multiply N, K is equal to 0. Print input all matrix elements one after another for I in range M, for J in range N. Lk equal to input, enter new element, K is equal to K plus 1 for incrementing the pointer. Print output age, K is equal to 0. For I in range M, for j in range n, print lk slash t, k is equal to k plus 1, print. This is the output of the program. Look at here. Enter total number of rows 3, enter total number of columns 3, input all matrix elements one after other, enter new element 10, enter new element 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, like that, and up to 90. They are input numbers and output is starting from 10 to 90. This is our matrix. Program 2. Program 2, import random. It is importing random. M equal to input, enter total number of rows in the first matrix. N, input, enter total number of columns in the first matrix. A is equal to random dot random function for row in range M, for call in range N. Print, enter all elements one after other for I in range M. For j in range n, aij equal to input function, print output is for I in range m, for j in range n, print aij slash t, print output, enter total number of rows in the first matrix 3, enter total number of columns in the first matrix 3, enter all elements one after other 1 to 9. Output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the output. Matrix addition. Write a program to input any two matrices and print sum of matrices. Import random. M1 equal to input. Enter total number of rows in the first matrix. N1 input. Enter total number of columns in the first matrix. Is equal to random dot random function for row in range M1, for column in range N1, for I in range M1, for j in range N1, aij input function, M2 equal to input, enter total number of rows in the second matrix, N2 input, enter total number of columns in the second matrix. B is equal to random dot random function for row in range M1, for col in range N1, for I in range 2, for j in range 2. Bij equal to input function. It means whatever value is input from the keyboard, it will be assigned to particular index of the list. C is equal to random dot random function for row in range M1, for column in range N1. If M1 is equal to M2 and N1 is equal to N2, print output is for I in range M1, for j in range N1, Cij equal to aij plus bij, print Cij slash t, print else, print matrix addition not possible. Output, enter total number of rows in the first matrix, enter total number of columns in the first matrix, 1, 1, 1, 1. Enter total number of rows in the second matrix, enter total number of columns in the second matrix. Two, 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 two. Output is 3, 3, 3, 3. Example, write a program to input any two matrices and print product of matrices. Import random function, M1 equal to input, enter total number of rows in the first matrix, N1 input, enter total number of columns in the first matrix. Is equal to random dot random function for row in range m1 for call in range n1, for I in range m1 and for j in range n1. Aij equal to input function m2 equal to input enter total number of rows in the second matrix, n2 input enter total number of columns in the second matrix. B is equal to random function for row in range m1, for call in range n1, for I in range m2, for j in range n2. Bij equal to input function. C is equal to random function for now in range m1, for call in range n2. If n1 is equal to m2 for I in range m1, for j in range n2. Cij is equal to 0. For k in range n1, Cij plus equal to aik asterisk bkj. Print Cij slash t. Print else. Print multiplication not possible. Output enter total number of rows in the first matrix 2. Enter total number of columns in the first matrix 2. 1 1 1 1. Enter total number of rows in the second matrix. Enter total number of columns in the second matrix 2. These are the printed 4 4 4 4. This is another example. Write a program to input any matrix and print both diagonal values of the matrix. Import random. M is equal to input enter total number of rows in the first matrix. N is equal to input enter total number of columns in the first matrix. A is equal to random for row in range m, for call in range n. If m is equal to n, for I in range m, for j in range n. Aij is equal to input function. Print first diagonal. For I in range m, print aii. So it will print diagonal. Clear? This is print statement. K is equal to m minus 1. Print second diagonal. For j in range m, print ajk slash t. K minus is equal to 1, else print diagonal values are not possible. Enter total number of rows in the first matrix 3. Enter total number of columns in the first matrix 3. 1 2 3. Up to 9 it is printed. First diagonal 156 159. Second diagonal 357. Next topic, functions with list. This topic I will cover in my next video. So please like the video, share the video with your friends so that they can learn Python programming online free of cost. Subscribe the channel so that they can get the notification when a new video is uploaded. open the description box and find out the website URL. Visit the website and get important information. Subscribe the blogs by putting your email ID and subscribe button. You will get regular blogs of computer science and informatic practice and Python programming, so that you can get updated through blogs. And also you can download sample papers, question papers and test papers through website. Thank you very much for watching the video.
हेलो पंकज एजुटेक चैनल में आप सभी का स्वागत है। आपसे आग्रह है कि वीडियो को लाइक करें तथा अपने मित्रों के साथ शेयर करें, जिससे कि वैसे भी मुफ्त में ज्ञानवर्धक जानकारी वीडियो के माध्यम से प्राप्त कर सके। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए, जिससे कि आने वाले सभी वीडियो का नोटिफिकेशन आपको तुरंत प्राप्त हो सके। डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दिए गए वेबसाइट को विजिट करिए तथा ईमेल के माध्यम से सब्सक्राइब करिए, जैसे कि कंप्यूटर साइंस तथा तकनीकी से संबंधित नवीनतम ब्लॉग आपकी ईमेल आईडी तक पहुंच सके। वेबसाइट में कई ज्ञानवर्धक जानकारियां उपलब्ध है, कृपया उनका लाभ लीजिए। धन्यवाद। Hello, all of you are welcome in the Pankaj EduTech channel. You are requested to like the video and share it with your friends, so that anyway you can get free informative information through videos. Subscribe the channel so that all the upcoming videos you can get the notification immediately. Visit the website given in the description box and subscribe through email, such as the latest blog related to computer science and technology can reach your email ID. There are many informative information available in the website. Please take advantage of them. Thank you.